Hey, Pastor Steve here, and I believe that I have a word from the Lord for you today, and that word is life everlasting. That's right, God provides us life everlasting, or in other words, eternal life. This has always been provided for us from what Christ did for us on the cross. When He offers us eternal life, it's really something special. It's something that we've never had before and something that only God Himself can provide. Let me show you a few scriptures that can actually help prove my point. The first one is John 3:36. And anyone who believes in God's Son has eternal life. Anyone who doesn't obey the Son will never experience eternal life but remains under God's angry judgment. This verse is really unique that says, first of all, that anyone is available to this. Anyone can have this. Anybody can tap into it. It's available to everyone, whosoever. Whatever translation you have, it's pretty simple. Anyone can tap into this. So it's available for all of us. And then the second half of this statement says that anyone who doesn't obey, but the real part of this is not so much not obey or disobey. What it really means is not allow oneself to believe. So if you have a choice to make a choice of whether or not you believe or not, this is what it is. So if you make that choice not to believe, then you won't have, or you won't experience this eternal life. It's the same thing that God told us in John 3:16. For God loved the world so much that He gave His one and only Son, that everyone who believes in Him will not perish, but have eternal life. This eternal life is described as two things. Eternal means that it's without beginning and it's without end. That means that God has had this plan since before time even began. And that also means that it's available for us here and now, not just when we get up into heaven. And we often look at the backside of this, but let's look at the front side and realize that it's available to us right now. And then the life that this describes is a Zoe kind of life. That type of life actually means that it's the God type of life. It's the life that we have available to us that God Himself possesses. So God is telling us that we have this eternal life. That is really powerful. And it's available for us right here, right now, and He planned it for us from the beginning of time. That's huge if we understand the concept and the reality of what Christ did when He came down and died on the cross for us. John 10:10 tells us this: the thief does not come except to steal, kill, and destroy. It's important for us to understand that He only comes to steal, and when He does that, if He's able to steal the word from us, then He can kill us and destroy us. And yet if we have this word, and if we put it in our hearts, and if we keep it close to us, then we can realize that what Christ has done is that He came that we might have this, that's right, Zoe life available for us, and in a more abundant way. You know, John 5:24 tells us, I tell you the truth, those who listen to my message and believe in God who sent me may have eternal life. They will never be condemned for their sins, but they have already passed from death into life. In other words, we can pass already from death into life. This eternal life is available for us right now. This God kind of life, this prosperous life, this victorious life that God has for us is available for every single one of us. And we can tap into it in a way that we've never imagined before. You know, in John 6:40, God tells us this: for it is my Father's will that all who see His Son and believe in Him should have eternal life. I'll raise them up on the last day. You know, God's will does not always come to pass. A lot of us will think of Him as sovereign, but the reality is that if He wants everybody to be saved and not everyone is saved, then God's will doesn't automatically come to pass. The issue is that we have a choice in the matter. So you have a choice. You can either accept this eternal life, or else you can choose to ignore it, or you can choose to disregard it. But if you listen all the way through to the end of this message, it's available for you. Jesus Christ Himself has given Himself on the cross for your eternal salvation and a relationship with the Father. Why not accept it? Well, this is the word that I believe that the Lord gave to me for you today. My eternal, never-ending, always powerful life is available for all who believe and accept the testimony of my Son. This is so good a life, it's meant to be shared. Why not share it? Well, you're more than welcome to share it on Facebook, of course, but I encourage you to share it by word, by your actions, by your current lifestyle. Let other people know that God has given you this abundant life. You're also welcome to check this out on Facebook. You can go to our YouTube page and check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can even go to our webpage at awfg.today and download all of these messages or even the study notes that support this teaching. Well, God bless you, and I hope to hear from you soon.